Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live Zel meeting, joined by me and the rest of the core team. We've got Parker, Lumi, and Daniel on the call. Today she'll be joining us later. Today's got a big announcement, as the community kind of knows. We do have the announcement of ZelCore today, with a rebrand for both desktop and the release of ZelCore on mobile. And we'll also have the usual community chat in Discord if you want to come in and ask us any questions afterwards. So the rebrand, it's sort of been done to better align the naming convention with the rest of the project. So we sort of followed the guides of what we had before, with sort of ZelCash and where we're going with ZelDex and ZelDev, and we felt ZelCore sort of was easy for second English speakers as well. So people that speak English as a second language, we thought that would be sort of more internationalized. And then we've also proactively changed to avoid potential trademark issues. And it sort of solidifies the notion that ZelCore is the central piece of everything Zel. So desktop's going to be released today in 1.1.0. Release notes, the rebrand, there's some new icons, there's a few new pieces here and there, improved backend, few changed like search bar, for example, and better tracking of the WIF private keys as well, so you can filter them down as well as the fiat currencies. And we sort of organize things alphabetically, clean things up basically. And you'll see over the next few weeks a few more updates coming to ZelCore desktop and mobile, beautifying and changing up a few little things as well. We also have ZelCore Mobile. Parker, do you want to talk a little bit more about it?
Sure. So we'll run through some of the main screens about the mobile app. I think you'll notice that it's really pretty similar to the desktop version, almost identical except for mobile. So also this PDF will be released after the meeting. So we'll go through it relatively fast, but if anybody wants to view it after, it'll be on slide by slide, so you can reference it later. Little lag on my end. So the home screen looks similar just to like the desktop version. You have your portfolio donut wheel, your user selectable coins that you can hide and add what you're interested in. And then the toolbar for mobile is on the bottom instead of the left, but it's still the same buttons. And then when you click on an asset for the next slide, like ZelCash, you get your normal asset screen with your send receive functions, your transaction history. Every transaction is clickable still, so you can always select a transaction and load it into the block explorer for the details of that transaction. And then another new piece is the scanning of the QR payment code that is going to be a lot more helpful on mobile than necessarily on desktop. And then when you click send on the next slide, you get.
Just give me a second. We've got a few issues for some reason. Full screen's not quite working. Classic technical issues. Well, I guess we'll have to try and present it like this, as it's not coming full screen on YouTube for some reason. At the end of the day, though, this will be available later, right? So we'll just go for it as it is. All right. Sorry, it's cut out slightly on YouTube, guys. For some reason, the screen shares cut it up a little bit.
Okay. What was that? Yeah, so the send screen is also similar to the desktop one, where you have that total assets, you put in your address that you want to send to, your amount, same user selectable transaction fee, and you can also attach a payment note or other note to the transaction to show the receiver. And then on the next slide with the receive screen, you'll see the QR code generation, and you can customize the QR code with the amount that you're requesting and also another payment memo, transaction memo, whatever you want to call it, but it's incorporated into the QR code. So the receiver, or the sender will see what you wrote into your receiving QR code.
Think about it sort of like sending a payment on Venmo or PayPal, and you can sort of put a note like "Thanks for lunch" or "Cheers for beer," and it'll come through on both the sender and receiver side. So you sort of track what that transaction was for.
Yeah, and then the settings screen is just like the desktop one. You know, you can change your currency display, obviously change your background picture, see your private keys, the auto log out feature is at the bottom, and also your if you want to hide an asset, that is also under the settings screen. I know we've had that question come up quite a bit. So, and then the third-party exchanges, the same as desktop again, and the only thing that's come up there is I would highly encourage people that utilize these third-party exchanges to actually read through some of the terms of service, because there is a decent amount of good info in there about how the exchanges work.
I think I may have sold our woes with the presentation not being properly displayed, so we'll just skip back through the slides. This will be available on a PDF that we'll link later on. You'll find it on Twitter, you'll find it in Discord. But the big sort of slide is ZelCore Mobile is being released today on both iOS and Android in the next few minutes/hours. We'll make sure it's announced everywhere, but you should be able to either follow links or search it up, and then as it gets listed on both stores under ZelCore. So it's not weeks, it's not months away, it's today. So I guess that kind of concludes it for us. Sorry, this sort of mixed last-minute presentation. We're going to be out on Discord now for a Q&A, and we will be in and around and available. So Parker, if you could post a link to Discord, or you guys can find it in the description actually. Join the voice channel, ZelChat, and we'll catch you guys in there as we're getting it ready for release and uploading it. I think iOS might go out any moment now. So, all right. Thank you, everybody.